Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is WatchArtSci, the art and science of watch collection. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dallas's small but mighty collection. And the first watch I want to take a look at is the Rolex Explorer 2016. Now I call it the Rolex Explorer 2016 because it has the same reference number of the previous Rolex Explorer 1, 214270. So but it is different. Not a great deal, but some. They've increased the lume in the numbers and the hour markers, and also too they've lengthened the minute hand a bit. There was one update when they went up to 39 millimeters that the minute hand wasn't quite long enough, but in this new one it is. Now the interesting thing to me about Dallas's choice in this is that he was let's face it, Rolex owners as well as owners of every other brand have some suggestions. Okay, I mean, like, oh, you got to get a sub, or you got to get a GMT, or you got to get a Milgauss. That's what I would recommend, and I don't even own one. So anyway, you get a lot of help on that. But he started looking around, and he decided he liked the Rolex Explorer 2. And he was looking at that, and the problem was it was 42 millimeters, just a little too big. And then the new Explorer 1 came out, 39 millimeters. That was a much more comfortable size, and he liked it, which I think is the most important thing you can do in choosing a watch. Not what someone like me says, not like what your friends say, but something that says, hey, this is a watch for you. And the Rolex Explorer was made on that kind of decision. And that's what I think all watch decisions should be made on. Now, of course, you should get all of the information you can before you buy a watch. And Dallas did exactly that. And got the watch I think that he's going to like the best. The movement on it is it's been around. It's a caliber 3132, solid caliber. It's an automatic, and it's COSC certified, which means that it is certified as a chronometer. And this means that it meets certain standards and a certain level of quality, and so it gets a COSC certification. F.P. Journe called his a chronometer and never went through the certification process because he didn't think he had to. But most chronometers do that. But this one is a sweetheart of a watch. I really like it, and the lume. Dallas liked the lume so much that the picture he sent me has the lume all lit up. So anyhow, okay, let's take a look at the next one. The next watch is the one that Dallas calls a beater. Okay. It's a Seiko Alpinist, reference SAR-BO17. And I think it's a gorgeous watch. I really like the green dial with the cream hands. I just really a gorgeous watch. Now, like I said, Dallas calls it a beater watch, and that's okay. Now, the caliber 6R15 is a very, very interesting caliber. When Seiko put that in, I think it was 2006, they did it to compete with the ETA 2824, which I thought was sort of an interesting statement. I don't think that Seiko spends a whole lot of its marketing effort on selling its movements to other companies. But maybe they do. Because I know that some Seiko movements are in other brands, but this one is very neat. And I like it. The SR15 automatic is one of these good, solid workhorse movements. Seiko has one, their high beat series that tends to go into their Grand Seikos, and that was pretty expensive, and they wanted a lower price one, but would deliver good automatic movement, and the caliber 6R15 was what they came up with. Okay, so that's the beater watch, as he said. Now, this next one is a vintage Omega. A friend of ours has one, not this particular one, but they have a vintage Omega. This one is from 1959, and it's just a nice, oh, I don't want to say plain, I'll say this, it's a nice, clear design. It doesn't have the Bauhaus feel that you get with a Nomos and some of the Langs, but it has a nice clear simplicity to it that I like. It's got the date and then the time in seconds, and it's a very just sort of a nice little watch. I think this could be a pretty cool dress watch. If you want to maybe go a little upscale with the band on that, and it's hard to tell in that the picture there if that's an upscale band or not. If it is, sorry, Dallas. Anyhow, that's, like I said, it's a vintage Omega. Looks nice to me. Gold and black. I love the color combination, gold and black, and it's clear. Sometimes you get, when you have certain combinations of colors, things don't work out too well. They did on this one. They worked out very well. Okay, now let's take a look at the this last one that that we have here, and this is the Tudor Pelagos. Pelagos is from the Greek meaning open sea, with the automatic reference 256 00TB. This is a Grand Prix winner. Now, a lot of times the less expensive watch, if people say, oh, well, that must have won the Petite Aiguille. Well, not necessarily. This year and last year, two of the winners of the sports watch category were very inexpensive, and they both won. Last year, the Tudor Pelagos, 2015, and this year was the Eberhardt that won the sports category. Like I said, I think everyone's collection ought to have at least one Grand Prix winner. I don't know why, but it seems like a good idea. Someone says, well, my watch is really great. Well, you got a Grand Prix winner. It doesn't matter what it costs. At least you got something you can have. And this is a nice one. I've always liked the Black Bay. I've been very attracted to the Black Bay, and I never really paid much attention to the Pelagos. And so I started finding out about it, and this is what I found. I think it's really worth having. The movement is a MT. MT indicates a movement Tudor in-house movement 5612. It's a base movement. And what that means, when a movement's the base movement, it means that other calibers that they have will be built on that. And so you'd be like adding modules, for example, a moon phase module or timer or any number of other things you could. I like base movements. Something about that, maybe it gives me a sense of, boy, this is a nice solid security because there's nothing tacked onto it. My Vacheron Constantin Historiques American 1921 has a base movement that called the 4400. Love the solid feel of that, and this watch is the same. It's the same kind of deal. You got a base movement. It was one of the first one, I think, I'm pretty sure it was the first one that Tudor had, and the black base used it as a base. So anyhow, neat choice. What a cool choice for a watch. Okay, you have, I mean, only with four watches. First of all four different makes, and I know that you can say, well, Tudor is owned by Rolex, but so what? Richemont owns Vacheron Constantin and Jaeger-LeCoultre and all these other ones that are still, you know, they're still their own brand and their own type of watches. Okay, listen, this I enjoy doing watch reviews, and I don't care whether they're big ones, big collections, or like this one, little ones. It's fun to find out that I like to find out the most. How was that decision made? Why did you get that watch? And Dallas gave me some great information about that. Hey, listen, if you have a collection you'd like reviewed, I'd love to see it. Email me the pictures of it along with the reference numbers, and also too, you can in the email send a little story. Well, this is why I got this one, and something about it. Really enjoy it. Every Sunday we review a new collection. Every Friday there's a new video about some topic in WatchArtSci. And by the way, this is an invitation. You can subscribe if you like. We'd love to have you. Okay, this is Bill Sanders and WatchArtSci, the art and science of watch collection. We'll see you next Friday.